number 15, Ava Saucedo. The 5'10" freshman, number 20, Riley Beller. A 6' junior, number 24, Presley Johnson. And a 5'9" senior, number 25, Bree Linder.
It is the girls' final championship bracket side. On the winner's side matchup, we'll have Broken Bow versus the winner of this game, Elk City versus the loser tomorrow for the third place matchup. Congratulations to the North Rock Creek Cougars. They punched their ticket to the boys' game. Sulphur will slot to third place. And it is a barn burner start to the game for Washington. An early 8-0 lead for the number one rated squad. In Class 3A, the Washington Lady Warriors. You're watching PNTV coverage today here, day two action of the 2025 Rocky Clark Invitational at Washington High School. Probably the most exciting game of the day ended up being a nail biter for Broken Bow. They defeated Elk City 37-35. Had a 6-point lead, looked like it was going to be safe. They implemented the hack-a-shack strategy, and whatever happened to Broken Bow's free throw shooting, they made multiple buckets, were able to get it all the way to 2, and then ran out of time for a potential foul across a mid-court pass. And Broken Bow holds on with 1.6 seconds to go to ice the game. And a fun game earlier today was very competitive through one. North Rock Creek took away from Sulphur their outside-inside game and pretty much forced them to play from behind and absolutely shellacked them. Ended up winning by 26 points. And she's going to drive and penetrate into the lane. Shot is no good. Cougars get the rebound, and here they come the opposite direction, crossing midcourt. Kicks it over, tries to drive, sets up an isolated read. No pick. Tries to post up in the paint, just slings it up. That was kind of like a grab stuff out of your dresser and throw it into a bag style shot. They are cold so far to start the game, pass just off the mark. So that'll give North Rock Creek another opportunity here. 5:11 remains. Well, I thought they were going to get another shot at it. As I stated earlier, tournament features the number one rated Washington Lady Warriors in Class 3A. They're looking every bit the part here to start the game. Should be a fun boys game coming up. Just off the mark on the outside jumper. So both teams struggling with misfiring early on. And yet another turnover and steal. Dishes, misses the shot in the paint. Johnson pulls it back up, misses actually both of them. A little surprised that 6-foot kind of power forward for the squad missed that particular shot, but it does happen when you're on the fly. Into the paint, scores! First bucket of the day. We got the wrong team up here. Sorry, folks. Sorry about that. I just noticed that. Flipped the color grid and for whatever reason forgot to remove Sulphur from the encoder panel. So apologize for any miscommunication and error there. Washington in red, North Rock Creek in black and red. It's been a good start to the game for the Lady Warriors. They are looking to punch their ticket to the championship game of the Rocky Clark Invitational. A longtime fixture here in the Washington community, coaching baseball, basketball, and such. A absolute Hall of Fame legend. Well, a slow end to the quarter. Washington came out just both guns kind of blazing and it looked like they might be putting up potentially 20 points in the quarter. Bet you they had 8 on the board less than 2.5 minutes to go in the first. And it's kind of slowed down. Neither team out, just stripped. Otherwise, that would have been an easy layup. So we end up swapping sides with the cheerleaders. We were over in the left corner, then we went to the far right corner, and then we're back over here now on the other side of the gym. So hopefully we'll be set for the rest of the game. We're doing our best to bring you a nice view from the table and floor court concept POV. The fourth team foul against North Rock Creek in the first quarter. All right, so the freeze continues on both sides of the ball. Both teams struggling to get their shots off, and opportunities are available, just nobody really kind of taking advantage of thus far. Salcedo, one of the integral parts to the state runner-up squad this previous fast pitch season. Absolutely just a awesome athlete, and looking forward to seeing her mature in her junior and senior years. And the putback goes. Double-digit lead now for the Lady Warriors, 11 points. Cougars kick the ball after the drive in and gets the shot to go. And that's the best-looking shot of the game for North Rock Creek. They instantly cut the lead back and get the three-pointer, trading 3 for 2. The Warriors get the ball back, crossing midcourt. We are inside of 1 minute to go in the first quarter. It has been Washington all the way. They've led throughout. They've had a double-digit lead. Misses the shot, rebound, and put back is on the money. And back to a 10-point double deficit. It is 15-5. Number 1 rated Lady Warriors from Washington. 3 quarters away from punching their ticket to the championship game. The steal and the deal puts it in 12 points. Largest now of the game for Washington. Jump shot is on its way, off the mark, no good. Rebound to Washington. Colombo clears it out, kicks it, and we'll come back down after the double pass. They'll cross midcourt. Have just about 15 seconds to work with. It is a 12-point lead, largest of the game for Washington. Opportunity for them to really put kind of the dagger in here before the end of the first quarter. Kicks it out, jump shot is on its way, and it's just off the mark. That'll be your score through 1. Washington 17. North Rock Creek 5. You're watching Prep Nation TV coverage. Our games of the day, the 2025 Rocky Clark Invitational at Washington High School. Awesome game, good performance, nice balance. Warriors scoring multiple spots. They're getting the easy shots. Kind of a cold spell around the 2-minute marker all the way through maybe, let's just say, 5:30 to 2 minutes. We didn't have hardly any shots made at all. Just kind of froze at 8-2. And take away those 3.5 minutes, all Washington. Came out like barn burners. Jumped out to the early lead, pads it to double digits to start the second quarter. I'd like to thank Libby's Cafe for today's sponsorship of our live stream and video highlights. We'll be here today and tomorrow. So check out the third and first place games. We should have quadruple coverage tomorrow. And unless there are any kind of weather issues, knock on wood, I have to say that in Oklahoma because you never know, literally. But if things progress the way they're supposed to be tomorrow, it should be a 3:10 and 5:40 matchup for the girls' third and first place games, and then 4:25 and 6:55 for the boys' championship and third place game as well. So we are anticipating doing quadruple coverage tomorrow. If that should change, at the very least, it'll be a triple header. And then we'll resume our coverage of award presentation throughout the state for softball and fall baseball winners. Been making pretty much an inroad into every major conference class and county in the state, and she nails it. Absolute banger of a 3. Got a Warrior down on the floor. That's going to lead to a 2-on-1. Good closing defense. The body block is not called foul either way. As a result, Washington able to stymie a 2-on-1 in effect that never got the dish. Probably would have been a little bit better to move that over. We're going to have a block out foul call, it looks like. Trying to see who gets flagged for it. He just kind of flashed the hand real quick. So push in the back is the call. Going to be a busy week next week for sure. So far, we don't have anything scheduled on Wednesday. However, we will be from Stonewall on Monday, Kiowa Tuesday, Caddo Thursday, Kiefer Friday, and both Tuscan and Hinton on Saturday. So as you can see, absolutely doing nothing all week long. And so it is going to be a busy, busy 3 or 4 weeks. Following that, to kick off for February, we will be, as I said, Tuscan Hinton on February the 1st, and then Whitesboro on the 3rd, Bethel and Dale on the 4th, Wright City on the 6th, Keys Park Hill on the 7th, and Chandler High School on February the 8th. 15-point lead now for Washington, largest of the game. And the steal, wide open, takes it to the hoop, scores. Outside the key, Warriors trying to set up a backdoor wheel route and keeps surfacing right there outside the perimeter into the paint back. Gets the isolated read. Pass inside the paint is good. Free throws are coming up. I believe we're going to, no, she calls it a travel correction. So instead of the foul, there's a travel call on number 22. In the corner, back top of the key, jump shot is on its way. No good. The Warriors clear it out and comes down with it, kicks it off, and we'll head back the opposite direction. 5:35 remains here in the second quarter. Both North Rock Creek and Washington appearing in back-to-back games. Broken Bow having to take a couple off after the girls played. Goes to the hoop and scores. Back to a 15-point lead. And another shot made. 22-9 is the score. Twenty-two to 9 halfway through the second quarter. Defense has tightened up considerably for North Rock Creek, forcing Washington to go a little bit farther back out, congesting the lane pass and passing in the paint. We're going to have a check foul. And back and forth it goes. So each team having a touch opportunity and no go on points. Jump shot is off the mark, no good. Pump fakes, trying to draw him outside. 3:30 and change remains before halftime. Open top of the key, turns it down. Double pass once again, trying to drive and penetrate. Gets the shot off, no good. Rebound North Rock Creek, and here they come the opposite direction. That is the travel. And another wayward pass. 2:39 remains, 22-9 is the score still. Pump fakes, takes the shot, no good, gets her own rebound. 1-on-2, makes it. Wow. Misses the easier shot, nails the hardwood. Very impressive on the putback. That took some absolute skill. And she absolutely takes it to the hoop like a boss. 15-point lead, largest of the game. Substitution for the Warriors here. We got a little over 2 minutes to go before halftime, and it's been a pretty fast-paced second quarter. We hit a lull in the first where both teams struggled to score after an early 8-0 lead was dissipated 8-2, and North Rock Creek finally cracks double digits here, 24-11. I'd like to thank Libby's Cafe, our sponsor for today's coverage. Crossing back over, blocked and swatted away. Nice defense. And a stifling defensive presence outside and inside the box. And that negates two potential passes or shots. And the Warriors missed their own jumper long range. So here come the Lady Cougars. Triple pass, cuts back door, and gets the roll. So a 4-0 run now for North Rock Creek. They've gotten into double digits. They've stopped Washington in back-to-back plays, and they've got their first 4-0 run of the game. Oh, nails it. Snaps that. Well, Rutrow Racky. Back to 14-point lead, 27-13. Inside of 40 seconds to go now. Just runs out of real estate. Nice hustle. Multiple player substitutions for both the Cougars and Warriors. 33.7 seconds remains before halftime. Crowd has picked up considerably. The local Washington squad now represented in back-to-back games. So as expected, more people out tonight. Triple pass and into the paint, trying to drive. Can't get the lane open, so she pulls back again. We've just got literally 40-11 people walking back and forth now. And I don't know where they keep coming from, but they just literally endless supply of walkers just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Thank you. Jump shot is off the mark, rebounded by Washington. And your score at halftime, Warriors 27 and Cougars 13. You're watching PNTV. All right, we are officially underway for the third quarter. It is a 14-point lead. Lady Warriors have doubled up the Cougars, and they'll have this corner in for the rest of the game. One final game on tap tonight for our BNTV triple header coverage. It'll feature the Broken Bow Savages versus the Washington Warriors in the boys' game. Just too much juice on the pass, unable to get it to come down, so the turnover to start the third quarter for the Warriors. Another long pass, so the teams are going to trade turnovers to start the third here. The Warriors chase that one down and easily get possession of it. If you're going to do the one-handed whips, you got to really have a lead player well out in front. Defense times it perfectly, so back-to-back turnovers now for Washington, and that's 3 in a row for the teams. So passes not on the sharpest, fastest part early here in the third quarter, as each team keeps kind of giving the other team an opportunity to thwart what they're trying to accomplish. He gets the rebound and clears out, boxes, pushes the paint, throws the ball out, and she'll drive and dribble midcourt. Kicks it off, drives, looking to get inside, gets the mid-range jumper off, no good. The rebound and putback is no good. It's going to be a possession maintained by Washington in large part. Number 24 would have had the ball on it. Unfortunately, could not get inside the double blackout, and still gets another opportunity here. So Washington yet to score in the third quarter. Another turnover. Wow, that is 3 consecutive plays with 3 bad passes. So the Warriors not looking as sharp here to start the third as they did early on in the first half. Sports world, a lot of people surprised. Pete Carroll named the head football coach of the new Las Vegas Raiders. I have to stop myself every time I say that, and the Los Angeles Chargers. But I think that's actually a very good hire for the Raiders. Carroll, a proven commodity and absolute winner. He has won literally everywhere he's ever been, so probably a really good pickup for the Raiders. They have struggled for 25 years to replicate some of the magic of the 80s. If you're a football fan, with the story this year, still refuse to call them the Commanders, the Washington Redskins. Wow, what a quick turnaround under head coach Dan Quinn and their new quarterback, Jaden Daniels, just absolutely tearing it up as a rookie. Should be some good football games on Sunday. Commanders, Eagles, and the Chiefs versus the Bills. All right, another pass and another turnover. And here she comes after the dish, steals, shifts gears, shifts hands, misses the layup. So Washington 0 for 5 to start the third quarter, and 3 minutes and change gone by. And they are just not getting anything falling or dropping, which is very atypical. And nails the shot. I mean, an absolute rainbow. Beautiful 3-point shot by the Warriors. And now their largest lead of the game at 17, almost a turnover. And Cougars just out of sorts offensively. They had been able to stay in this game, large part due to the Warriors constantly turning it over. But the 3-point dagger and now reach around the back against number 42. And just like that, another foul called. And we'll have a side kick over by the bench. Just a reminder, during the next 6 to 8 weeks, we will be covering basketball. If anybody has leads for all-state players, you can reach out to prepnationtv@gmail.com. You can also contact us on our X or Twitter or Facebook accounts, Prep Nation. And all you have to do is refer. They can be a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior. And back-to-back shots. 6-0 run for the Lady Warriors. And deflects the pass. We've already got our watch list up. We're adding to our players. Ideally, we'd like to have 10, no more than 15 a class for all state selections. And then we will begin trimming down to quarterfinalists, semifinalists, and then the finalists. I'm anticipating having an overall winner and then winners for boys and girls 6A through B. So please be on the lookout for those posts. They are pinned on our Facebook page, Prep Nation. All you have to do is just go on there and then comment or go into our inbox and DM me, please. 20-point lead now for Washington, largest of the game. We are almost halfway through the third quarter, and the Warriors started slow. They missed their 5 first shots, 3 consecutive turnovers on bad passes, and it has been a righted ship since then. Back-to-back 3-point daggers puts them on a 6-0 run. Post up in the paint. 35-13, make it 8-0 run Warriors. Deep pass, takes it on the one hopper, scores. So Rock Creek gets on the board. That was a very heads-up play by the wingman to kind of cut and give the pass just enough time to float right in underneath it, snag it on the roll, and she barely even had to get a dribble off. Pops it over, defensive stop, and returns back to Washington. We may have another opportunity. Looked like 24 and number 23 were battling for position under the bucket. It honestly, it could have gone over off of either one of their hands. They were both pretty much contesting it. Warriors get the call. They will maintain possession. Posts up and scores. The Warriors respond, and now here come the Cougars. Inside midcourt, multiple passes outside the perimeter, drives, tries to get the isolated read. Does not get the post up. Number 32 unable to get around the block out, and as a result, pass is stolen. Cross-court pass into the corner. Jump shot is on its way, no good. And she'll chase it down and hustle up the rebound. So 23 snags it. And just like that, the turnover, 32 loses possession. Johnson posts up, misses the mid-range jumper. And we go back the opposite direction. So Rock'em Sock'em. And another turnover. Timeout called, 2:46 remains. Your score, Washington 37, North Rock Creek 15. You're watching PNTV coverage brought to you by Libby's Cafe. All right, back in 2:27. Timeout was in large part to probably stop the avalanche of scoring that had come their way. And we're back in play now. Warriors with another opportunity and another turnover. They kick it over to the corner, unable to maintain possession. So North Rock Creek will get the ball back with an opportunity here to try to stop the momentum shift once again that has favored Washington. It is 37-15. Takes it to the hoop and scores. 34. Or correction, 39 points now on the game for Washington. Looked like they might put up 20 literally just in the first minute. I mean, they were flying through and then kind of hit a lull in the first quarter, but another jump shot is off the mark. I thought it could be one of those 70, 80 point showings for Washington. The razzle dazzle going on. Post up. Oh, nice move. Just misses it. Put back is good. 36-point kind of swing going on here. They're up 26, but there was an opportunity for them to trim it under the 10 marker, and they weren't able to do it. And Washington has really made them pay since then. Only a minute to go in the third quarter. Pulls back and scores. So pushing toward the potential 30-point deficit. But a big shift in the first quarter into the second. With Rock Creek had slowed down Washington, got it to 8-2, and got it inside 10 and about 12, and then just had lost all opportunity to regain composure, momentum, and really struggling to get just basic shots off. As you can see there, a stifling defensive presence by the Warriors inside the bucket. And they get the turnover. takes it into the paint and scores. Potential three-point play coming up. Warriors now up 45-17. And they do convert. Your score through three. Washington 46, North Rock Creek 17. Fourth and final quarter coming up. Lady Warriors 1 quarter away from punching their ticket to the championship game tomorrow and featuring the Broken Bow Savages versus potentially the Washington Warriors. Cross court pass. Looks like they were going to go for the shot much sooner, but it ends up patience paying off. 31-point lead now, largest of the game for the Warriors, and they will be meeting Broken Bow tomorrow for the championship game, which means that North Rock Creek will play Elk City for third place in the girls' game. And just off the mark, pops the ball loose. We'll have 7:04 remaining in the fourth and final quarter. The Warriors have had much better shot selection into the third than they did the first. Had 3 consecutive passes that are turnovers, and now back into kind of slowing it down, setting up multiple plays and multiple pass opportunities for shoots and scores and thrills and wows for the crowd. They're enjoying every minute of it. A nice crowd has come in today from Washington and surrounding areas. Shawnee pulling in a good crowd. Broken Bow actually had more people in the stands than I thought they would due to the distance. It is a long drive. If you've never been to Broken Bow, Hochatown, Wright City, that whole area out there, I mean, it just seems like you just drive and drive and drive and drive and drive. And it do not like cell phones. And a dagger. So the girls look to be a little rusty early in the second quarter and starting the third. They shook that loose in the game, been clicking on all cylinders here in the fourth quarter, and it is a huge lead for Washington at 34 points. Not too off of that on the little jumper. So we know the third and championship game matchups now for tomorrow's girls bracket. Sulphur Boys will play the loser of Broken Bow or Washington, and North Rock Creek will play the winner for the championship game for the boys. So we've got, nice step around. And gets it back down to a 30-point lead. Timeout call. You're watching PNTV coverage day 2 action of the 2025 Rocky Clark Invitational here at Washington High School. Beautiful new facility for Washington. Keep expecting them to do some renovation for the football field. But right now, still got the same digs for baseball and for softball. But the brand new gymnasium for basketball is absolutely stunning. It's one of the rare gyms in the state where you can access two-story court side on the bleachers over here, in large part for the teams to sit and student sections to cheer. Otherwise, everything pretty much guarded off on the sides. But a really nice layout, good venue, and more importantly, really excellent basketball this tournament. And I'm excited to see Broken Bow boys match up with Washington coming up shortly. Should be a good, competitive, and fun game to watch. And it just is in and out. Looks like to have an opportunity there for a really quick, easy backdoor bucket, and just a little too much hand on it, and forces them to basically roll it out of the rim. .30 lead maintained throughout most of the fourth quarter down. Really fast pass, and not much she could do with it other than just try to regain composure. Jump shot outside is good. Nice looking three. Going to have a full package substitution coming in for Washington. And they drive to the bucket, miss the shot, gets the rebound. We may have either a jump ball call here or a reach around the back foul. Yep, it's flagging the foul. And bang, bang. There you go. Warriors respond with their own three, lead back up to 30, 54, 24. Like to thank Libby's Cafe for sponsoring today's coverage of the game. And now that we know the matchup for the third place games tomorrow, we will likely do a triple header instead of quadruple coverage. So we will pick up the boys' third place game for Sulphur tomorrow, and then the championship games. Worst case, Washington will have one team at the championship and one in the third place game. One final game on tap today, and that will be Broken Bow versus Washington Boys. We are behind schedule. That game originally scheduled to start at 6:55, probably going to be closer to about a 7, I would say at least 7:45, probably tip off. By the time this game concludes, they shake them up, touch them up, and then we get the clock reset. But we'll start the feed probably about 4 or 5 minutes before they do the starting lineup announcements. All right, hits them both. Largest lead now at 32. Takes it to the paint and scores. Slow roll drop in, 34-point lead. All right, so at the conclusion of this game, we'll put up the video highlights, and then we will end the feed, start the next game. We are behind schedule, so it should be about a 15-minute plus gap. So I'm going to stick with my original forecast and say probably 7:45 will be about when the next game will tip off. That'll be 50 minutes late. Had been scheduled for 6:55. Those of you that are part of the tournament world, you know that best laid plans and all that and such and so on. Third place matchup tomorrow for the girls will feature Elk City versus North Rock Creek. And then we know the championship game now will be Broken Bow versus Washington. Another bucket, another score. 2 for 2 on the free throws. Largest lead, 36 points. And the deflected pass and steal. The end to the paint. She is fouled over the top. 2 free throws coming up for the Warriors. 41 seconds remains. And now holding the ball, that should be it. Warriors playing a little keep away to close the fourth quarter. It's going to be a victory here, 60-24. Thank you for tuning in, and we will catch you on the back end of the next game starting.